All right, well, there you have it. She met guys that were good. What's going on, guys? Beast Mode Smooth back with another video. All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at a video titled Why Men Are Trash and Love is a Myth. Should be interesting. We're going to take a look at this video. All right, so here we go.
We're going to talk about my favorite subject. It's not that I hate men. They are making it hard for themselves to even like them. That's the thing. I'm fed up. I'm finished. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't.
I'm done.
In this video, I'm going to talk from my own experience.
I always find it interesting when really young women are already damaged in regards to their perception on men. You know, men are this, men are that, men are trash. Like, you shouldn't be 19, 20, 21 and having this much trauma or this much negativity towards men. I always find that interesting, but let's continue.
And what I've seen around me. So if you feel like this does not apply to your life, maybe that's your own. If you see me looking over here, it's because my notes are here. Let's get into it. See, there's nothing wrong with bettering yourself as a person, right? If you're completely yourself and feel like that's not working for you at the moment, maybe it's because you haven't met someone who will appreciate you for being you. Social media has glamorized relationship, and it's always been like that. Like, women always want to find the perfect man so they can get married and have kids. There's something wrong with—
See, that's the thing. Women want the perfect man, but they don't want a realistic situation. When you look at Disney and these types of movies, they glorify, you know, perfect man, 6 feet, 6 figures, 6-pack. And in reality, I mean, life is not like that, right? Relationships are about compromise and building and growing and developing, all that nitty gritty stuff. These modern day women just want to look at Instagram memes and, you know, vacations and all this crap. And they want that. But they don't understand that's just a meme. That's just social media, right? You got to put in work when you're in relationships. But let's continue.
Putting all of these expectations in your head that you start to make excuses for when a man doesn't treat you the way that you were supposed to be treated. And I feel like a lot of women do that now.
What do you mean supposed to be treated? What you put out is what you get back. You're not supposed to get anything, right? I mean, that's not how the world works. If I say to myself, I'm supposed to make $1 million or I'm supposed to get $1 million, doesn't mean I'm supposed to get $1 million. I got to put the work in to get the $1 million. So the fact that she's saying, yep, I'm supposed to get this. Okay, so put the work in. Put the work in and get that. And again, social media, Disney, these movies, these images that we see every single day, these women are just saying, yeah, I deserve that. Like, you don't deserve anything. But let's continue.
Nowadays, because they see goals on the internet. Oh, I want to be like that. Oh, I want to travel that place. So they will accept anything for an Instagram picture. While you just fought like 10 minutes ago, because what is that? And the thing is, these men will not change. Maybe they don't want to commit to one woman. Maybe they don't want to be loyal. We give excuses. It's because she's not doing what she's supposed to for him. He's just not ready. No, it's my fault. I did something. It's me. It's not you. It's him. It's him. See, back in the day, right, women would need a man for financial support. So even though they weren't happy, they would stay in a relationship because they had to. And because we've seen more couples and more married people.
No, it's not that women had to. It just worked. Relationships are ups and lows. There's highs and lows in relationships, right? Relationships are not always sunshines and lollipops, right? You got to put in the work. And people back in the day would stick it out. They would stick it out for the family, for the kids, for the better. And back in the day, traditional families, they had a formula for success. These women, these modern day women, just want it all. They just want to show up, think they deserve everything. And if they don't get what they deserve, they just move on and bash men. What about the man? What about what he wants? What about what he wants in the situation, right? This whole video, she hasn't mentioned what a man would want and what I'm bringing to the table. It's all about me, 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 me. What about the man? What about what the man wants? But let's continue.
Back in the day, we have kind of glamorized old school love and oh, I want that. But people had a reason to stay together. So what if that wasn't even love? Now you see a lot of women doing better for themselves, getting their shit together, getting their own money, and requiring a man to work towards getting them. Not just, oh hey, next day you know that they're sleeping with them. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But if you know that that's not what you want, then just don't accept it because you want to be in a relationship. Don't just be fine with it. See, most girls, they dream about that love that gives you butterflies, the love that just makes you feel special. And just because we want that doesn't mean that it's going to happen. I feel like, I don't know if I'm the problem. I feel bad for a lot of women because they...
See, a lot of these career women are the most loneliest. The more successful you are as a woman, the more lonely you become, right? Because you've put your degree and diploma and your education, your career first. You lack the relationship skills. You don't know how to maneuver in relationships. You don't know how to be submissive. So the more options women have, the less likely they are to pair bond and connect with a man. Because at the end of the day, men, we don't like headaches, right? We don't want to compete with a woman. And the fact that she's just saying, yeah, I mean, get your shit together as a woman. And now here she is complaining about men. Just doesn't make any sense, but let's continue.
Really live in this little world that as soon as they're married, they can live their best life. Why? That's not how it should go. You should make yourself happy, do stuff that you want to do. Don't focus and evolve your whole world around getting someone that you can post on Instagram or Twitter. Say my MTL, like, don't think that. Again,
she's going back to this social media aspect. It seems like she's done this herself. She'll get in a relationship just to post on social media, vacation, I have this perfect life with this perfect man. And she's not putting in the work to build a real relationship. She just wants a turnkey scenario, you know, these Disney fairy tales, and that's not the reality of relationships. But let's continue.
You are less than what you are because you don't have somebody. You're just as perfect as you are. If you feel like you are lonely or that you want to speak to someone, then that's also completely fine. But don't go out there and accept anything just because you want to be with a boy. I've met some guys that are good and guys that don't want to hurt females on purpose.
All right, well, there you have it. She met guys that were good. Your whole video says why men are trash, but here you are saying that you've met guys that are good. So what about those good guys? Like, why don't you be with those good guys? You know what I mean? Like, just doesn't make any sense. Clearly, she found those good guys boring. That's usually what the case is. Seems like she likes more of the Ray Rays, Pookies of the world. And those good guys that would actually take care of her, you know, treat her well. She didn't want that, right? She didn't want that. Or if she did want that, she would be with those guys and she wouldn't be making this video. But let's continue.
But there's also a lot of men in this world that just need to get hit. They need to disappear. So many women stay in their situation because they don't want the world to see that they're now alone or they're married to the person. But you shouldn't be with someone who disrespects you, makes you do everything all day long in your house, and as soon as they come home, they go straight to bed or eat whatever you made them. You should find someone who equally...
Seems like she's just projecting. I mean, she's telling women don't do this, don't do that, but it seems like she's been in these types of scenarios. So again, men obviously are not trash. It just seems like she's picking trash men, or the men that she's attracted to, she's picking trash men. Again, according to her, she's met good men. You know, why pass up on those good men? I mean, that is the question. But let's continue.
It respects you and respects what you are doing for them, and if you feel like your man is not doing that for you, then maybe it's time to find another one.
Hey, bitch, you gotta go. You gotta walk out that door and never come back no more.
I feel like this applies for many aunties. I'm fed up. They will see their husband cheat on them like 3 or 4 times and still stay with their husband. Like, what are you doing? If you cheated on him once, he would be gone. He would shame you, but you're still here, and it's embarrassing to leave it. But maybe you should if you feel like it's not good for your mental health and that he's a piece. Now I will give you some examples of the types of men that I have like met. I'm also taking this for like male friends, like how they act, how they behave, etc. So I can warn you and you can see maybe like what type of person that you are dealing with. 1, we have men that are hurt. They got their heart broken when they were 14 and they're still suffering with that pain inside. Now, that is not their fault. But the thing is, many men don't feel like they should work on themselves. Instead of working towards actually moving on, they now want to go out and hurt other females because they've been hurt. They're scared that they're gonna be hurt again. Every female don't want to hurt you on purpose.
Yeah, but not all men are like that. She's just talking about toxic men that are just going around hurting women because it's a Tuesday, right? What about the men that aren't hurting women? What about the men that are doing things with their lives and building themselves up? There's many of those men out there, and according to her, she's met good men, but yet she's not with them. So again, she's just toxic herself. She gravitating towards toxic men, and now she's complaining about who she's attracted to. But let's continue.
I understand that you might be scared of opening up, and it becomes really toxic when you speak to a person like that. They don't want to talk to you about stuff that's going on in their life, and they kind of expect you to know everything beforehand, even though you have no clue what's going on, and then they get mad at you for disrespecting them in a situation where they would need you, but you didn't even know that they were in a situation. A lot of the men that have been hurt, they've either like been neglected by society. Again, that could be a girl, it could be family members, it could be friends. They might needed someone in a point of time where they didn't feel like they were getting listened to. These men will give women false expectations. Oh, I want to do this with you, I want to be this with you, but they can't do it because they aren't 100% comfortable within themselves. A lot of them expect to get in a relationship. And
see, I'm curious to see where her father is. I mean, if she had a good relationship with her father would be leading her in the right direction as to what men she should gravitate towards, just by simply having a conversation like, hey dad, you know, what are good characteristics in a man? She would get that. But let's continue.
Get that female to fix it for them. You don't need a female, you need a therapist. And I know it's gonna be hard for some people to swallow, but it's facts. You should never go into something thinking that that person is gonna fix you, or that you can be a better person if you have them. You have to work with that within yourself, and then you can find someone. But don't ever get in a relationship and expect them to heal you. Then we have the followers. They need consistent validation from their friends, so they can either send a video of them having fun to their friends in the group chat because they need to get high five by their friends and say, oh my god, you did a good job. These men are fucked. A lot of years ago, it wasn't trending to be with a darker skinned female because everyone kind of thought that being black is now trending. So before, you were like, oh my god, I don't want to date this girl, blah blah blah. But now, because it's popular to be black, you now want to be with a black girl. You need mental evaluation.
Anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. She's just rambling on about who she's attracting. At the end of the day, there's many good men out here, and they're simply not picking her. Anyways guys, I'm gonna end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.